Hello everyone, Pantoufleee here today for another review concerning the Ori number 2 or version 2 or I don't know whatever it's called, I just know there is a T and a 2 in its name, the tier 9 Japanese tank destroyer, the new one. So, concerning the tank, we already reviewed the Ori. Basically this one is the worst version of the tier 10, which is logic of course, but there are some things that are upsetting me with this one. Let's take a look at the accuracy, guys. Boom, missed. First one missed. But just wait for the second one. Man, this is absolute golden penetration, but shitty accuracy. Look at this. Boom, missed again. Great. And the Ori is completely ripping me off. At least the Ori has a good gun accuracy, not gonna lie. And I'm fully equipped with provision, with the equipment allowing you to have a better dispersion. I mean, the accuracy on this thing sucks. So, concerning the pros and the cons, what do you need to know? Concerning the lower part of the hull, it's extremely well armored and you will probably not struggle to make your enemies bounce as long as they are shooting the lower part of the hull. They are probably gonna bounce, tier 10 included, even some tank destroyers. Not all, of course, but most of them. That's the first point. Now, concerning the upper part. The upper part's a little bit different. It's like the one you have on the Ori. It's gonna be effective if people are shooting with gold shell. With gold shell they are going to penetrate, of course, and even with regular shells they are going to penetrate, because this one doesn't really have a lot of armor on the cheeks, which makes it hard to be able to sustain a push. For example, here I was lucky that the mouse tried to go for my lower plate instead of my turret cheeks, but yeah, that's he doesn't have a good armor on the top, so that's a little bit weird to say that, because for the Ori it's the opposite. For the Ori you have a good upper part and a bad lower part. Here that's the total opposite. So now, how do you want to play it? How do you want to play it? That's a really good question, and it's quite easy in fact to know how to play it. I don't say that you will find your way in pretty much every single battle you're gonna fight in, but at least I'm gonna give you some advices. So first thing first, as you know, the upper part of the casemate is clearly not angled. Therefore, you have to angle it artificially to make it effective and to hope for some bounces from regular shells. How do you do that? It's really simple. You find just a little ridge line, not a lot, I mean just a few, that allows you to increase the degrees of angling of your top casemate, and when you do that, you're set up. That's all you need to do. Now, now that we talked about the accuracy, let's go for another replay with more damage to see how the tank performs against tier 8s, because that's important to know how to destroy lower tiers as well. Now, so concerning the gun, etc., what do you need to know? I'm gonna sum up the characteristic because I didn't really do it for the moment. Concerning the gun, amazing penetration, good gun depression, and shitty accuracy. But really, the accuracy is shit. Really be careful. I know in the stats it says something like 0.30 gun accuracy, but oh my gosh, is it hard if you're not fully aiming. So really be careful about that and be aware of it. Now, concerning the armor, we already talked about it, and the mobility, let's say it's a bad mobility. It's slow, it doesn't turn well. Now clearly the mobility is not at the rendezvous, so no. It's not, overall it's not a good tank. I didn't really like it. I think you're gonna not struggle. Let's say it's average. It's average, but I don't like average tanks, therefore I'm gonna say it's bad. But for most of the players, it's just gonna be a regular tank. If I had to compare it with something, I would probably go for maybe 704. It reminds me a bit of the 704, but the 704 is clearly more effective. So now, how do we want to play it? As you can see here, I'm trying the ridge line technique, the one I told you. Here I see a little hill, and I'm gonna try to use it to angle artificially just a little bit my upper part of the armor. And of course it's working, because the guy went straight for a shot on my lower hull. Really, if you want a good advice, never try to shoot the hull on this tank, except if you can see really the lower part, the weak spot. But if you can see it, just go for the casemate already. You're gonna penetrate, don't worry, it's not that angled. So Now, as you can see, I stayed a bit in the back here because clearly I don't have the mobility to be able to push with my team, and that's the main problem we have with this one and the Ori. It's team dependent, because if your team dies in the first seconds of the game because you don't manage to get into position because you're slow, you're gonna be in a 1 versus 7 situation. And the opposite is real as well. If you have a really good team and they completely raked everybody, you're not gonna be able to keep it up because you don't have the mobility for it, and therefore you're gonna do a bad game. So it all depends on your team and the behavior of them, of your allies. So really be aware of that. Clearly it's not a tank you're gonna keep in your garage, in my opinion. I don't see anyone telling me, wow, this tank is great, because I encountered a couple of Oris this morning, but I don't see anybody telling me, wow, this tank seems great, or wow, I really enjoyed this tank. No, they are all like, meh, I play it because I have to grind it, but as soon as I get to the tier 10, I'm gonna sell it. And I can understand them. Of course, I'm gonna keep mine, but I can understand them, and I can understand why they are saying that. So, let's go for the final replay, the ace tanker, the one we are all waiting for. So, top tier as always, because for the moment I don't know, a lot of people are playing tier 8. Therefore, when you play tier 9, you don't keep up with tier 10, and you're mostly top tier. But I'm not gonna complain. I mean, it's cool. Now, how do you want to play it on this map? Same tactic as always. You go for some rich line, and that's all you need to do. Here, you're gonna see how it works in a map that really is good for this kind of technique. I'm gonna cross the other side. I'm just gonna go for the M103. I know he spotted me, but here he bounced. No, he didn't bounce, he missed. Now I can go back, and here my gun is and my ult are angled as well, and the angle is good here. As you can see, Leo is bouncing because we have this little angling that gives us more artificial armor. Therefore we can sustain shells, but not premium shells. Really be careful about this. Everybody's gonna go through your tank, angle or not, if they go for the castmate with gold shells of tier 9s, tier 10, as long as they have the last gun, of course. But yeah, clearly, no, it's not the best idea to stay in front of someone if he's spamming gold at you. But for the hull, it's working. As you can see, the M103 bounced a hit shell on our lower part of the hull because it's quite strong. Now, can we maybe sneak a shot on the M103? For the moment we can't, and I took a missile because I was too focused on the M103. I don't want to stay there because I'm thinking, hey, you know what, T.II. woman is probably gonna go again and again and again and try to just destroy me, so I'm gonna move and go somewhere else. I know their tank destroyers are on the opposite side of the map, so I'm not really afraid of anything I can encounter in front of me because I can just keep up with the XP and the lava that we can see in the back right there, and that's why we decided to push. Now look at the penetration. Of course I went for the lower part of the hull of the T95 because unlike the Ori, the tier 10, this one can go through the whole T95. I mean, with the Ori, the regular one with 390mm, you can shoot wherever you want on the Ori, on the T95, and you're gonna go through. But with this one, it's not the case, so feel free to not shoot at any other things than just the weak spots. Go for the weak spots. Can we sneak a shot on the ISU? Yes. So I was saying the accuracy sucks as long as you don't really aim, but when you aim, as soon as you aim, you're gonna get through and your shells are gonna go where you aim. That's nice, but it makes it a little bit less flexible than his big brother, the Ori, because I mean, most of the time I'm snapshotting, and when I have a tank I can snapshot with, I'm not playing well. At least that's my feeling about this kind of tanks. Therefore, to me, this tank is not worth it. You're gonna have it because you have to grind it, and that's all. So now we're not gonna chase the T92 we want, because if we do, we are probably gonna take ages. I'm gonna wait for him to come to me. I'm gonna go a circle around, hoping for him to try to cross on the opposite side of the map for me to be able to get one shot in. Let's go. We're slow, as you can see, 24 kilometers per hour. It feels boring to play. It has a boring playstyle. I mean, if you camp with it or anything like that, you will not find it. You will not find the struggle. But as long If you're an aggressive TD player, you're gonna see the difference and you're not gonna like it because of that. Can we get the T.II. one, please? Show yourself. Yes, it does. Can we derp him? We go for a shot. Bing! And we finished the game with 4 kills and our last shot on the T.II. won. Battle is finished. We did an ace tanker, not the best one, 4.6k damage, but that's enough for a review. Hope you enjoyed, hope it helped you, and I saw some people asking me if I'm gonna do a video showing the weak spots of every tanks. I'm gonna do it, but for all of them in an upcoming video after I reviewed all of them. So stay tuned guys, and see you soon.